let me ask you this question, Carlene Howlasar. She got my name, y'all. Have you ever looked at your spouse's life and thought, wow, they're thriving and I'm over here just trying to hold it all together?
Absolutely. I think going back to the first episode that we talked in this series rather, we talked about how I switched careers. I was a teacher, and then I switched to being a homemaker, where I stayed home with our two daughters who at the time were 2 under 2. And so, no, I'm lying. They were 2 under 3. Because Caitlin definitely was 2 years old at that time. And so for sure, I definitely felt that shift happen drastically. And I think that I essentially was willing, right? I was a willing participant. This is something that Jamie didn't necessarily ask of me to do. And then I'm just kind of like, okay. But, it was just something that we worked through together. And at the time, it sounded amazing. And for a little bit, it was, until it wasn't, until it came to a point where, nothing changed for you. You continued being a pastor while this new space that I was within, being at home, not feeling like I was contributing to our home in a tangible way. And let me be clear, financially, it's always been the both of us kind of contributing together. And I understood, or I learned over time, that my tangible contribution was making sure that the home, the kids, everybody was amazing. Everyone was great. And so, yes, to your question, we definitely experienced that when we moved to Texas.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, to mention with the move to Texas, that I'm assuming that you were okay with leaving your job, leaving what New York City, because you were following me or coming along with me, and the sacrifice made it seem, I guess, palatable or easier because you were doing this for God's sake. Like, this was the calling that God called me to do. So you had to let go all of those things, right?
Yes, it was for God, but it was also very much for the girls, right? It was also for their stability, knowing that this change it's a huge change, moving away from family and people that they knew. So it wasn't only a spiritual thing, but it was also knowing that, our girls, our children will benefit, I think, tremendously from this sacrifice that I was making.